to Channel 4 News with 4-time Emmy winner Winter Breakneck, aka the Rib Crusher. Control of Corporation! And Babyface Ninja, aka the Elbow Grinder.
I believe in consumer protection.
And lastly, Mania Rabbit Punch, aka the Throat Hammer.
Conservation of natural resources is the way.
It is Channel 4 News at 2 o'clock. Ready? Good evening. I am Winter Breakneck, aka the Rib Crusher, and this is what's happening in your world tonight. It has been brought to our attention that the world we live in today was caused solely by Theodore Roosevelt's Square Deal, and this deal is still impacting Americans as we speak.
Way back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, Teddy over there thought, how can American life improve? How can American life escape its stagnant place and thrive? And thus came forth the 3 C's of the Square Deal. This became a well-known domestic policy in which TR pledged not to favor any group of Americans, but to be fair to all. They were the control of corporations, consumer protection, and the conservation of natural resources.
Here today, I have specialists to educate you all tonight. The conservation of resources was quite important, especially for the West, because of the quickly depleting resources out there. However, the control of corporations and consumer protection were more drastically important due to the improving work conditions and reforms that sprouted forth from these 2 points.
Therefore, while conservation is helpful, the other 2 points in his Square Deal were significantly more important in influencing and promoting a positive change in American life. So, without further ado, Mania Rabbit Punch. You ready?
One of TR's big C's has been conservation of resources. Let's interview some citizens to find out the effects of the Square Deal. We're here to interview Farmer McPhee. Farmer McPhee, what has the Desert Land Act of 1877 done for you and this country?
That act made us build irrigation systems in 3 years or less. We use the irrigation systems to make the land nice and soft so we can grow our food to feed our families and make money.
We're here today at Yellowstone National Park to interview Park Ranger Rick. Park Ranger Rick, because of the Forest Reserve Act of 1891, what has that done for major acres of land like this one?
Well, this act helped us create a lot of national parks, and it saved the trees and stuff, and then it allows some citizens come and look at the nature and then view untouched nature. But I don't know, I just work here.
Hi, we're here today at a local irrigation construction zone, here to interview one of our fellow construction workers. How has the Carey Act of 1894 helped with the use of land in this country?
This act has allowed us to build more irrigation systems and make more land for farmers to use.
We're here at the newest irrigation site with Mr. Timothy from the Federal Bank. The New Lands Act of 1902 has started to collect money, but what is it being used for?
Collected money to fund irrigation projects that will help more land be useful for the country's production. You know, pay money to the ditches.
Now, in addition to conservation, there was an urge to control corporations. Teddy went in and determined what trusts were good and which ones were bad.
Yes. There are good and bad trusts out there. The good ones, per se, will follow all laws and regulations, while the less than stellar trusts will disobey laws and this happens.
Yeah, TR invited me to his place. You know what he said to me? All I ask is a square deal for every man. Give him a fair chance. Don't let him wrong anyone, and don't let him be wronged. Really? He made my profits drop drastically, and now the money is circulating not to me anymore.
Monopolies. You know, there was a strike up in the anthracite coal mines in Pennsylvania. I had to intervene.
Teddy used his big stick to get the owners of the mines to negotiate. They gave us 10% pay boost and 9-hour work days. This really helped give a step toward better work conditions and eventually led to the formation of the Department of Commerce and Labor. Roosevelt is so my hero.
Roosevelt's final C of consumer protection directed the Square Deal towards the people at large. We'll talk to a few individuals who are affected by Teddy's regulations in their everyday lives. Today we're here with Upton Sinclair, best-selling author. So, Mr. Sinclair, explain to me the purpose of your best-selling novel, The Jungle. Why should people read it?
Well,
decided it was about time to expose the appalling meat industry of their rotten ways. People need to know what their food is going through and how it's being processed in unsanitary working conditions.
When I first read this book, I wouldn't even dare to think about eating meat. I had to get my top guys to run an investigation. With that, they uncovered the most horrific things. Enough. I had to do my part as president.
Let's interview a fellow slaughterhouse worker. So, sir, how has the Meat Inspection Act affected your current occupation? Nobody wants to buy my meat. Ever since Teddy decided to have it inspected by the feds, I've had to be really careful about how I handle my beef. Now we'll interview an employee at the FDA. So, sir, how has the Food and Drug Act affected your business? Well, our jobs are to protect the health of the public, and with FDR's law of preventing mislabeling.
Well, that concludes our newscast today. I hope you didn't drool all over your desks watching this. Good day and good night. Soon.
Bye.
Oh.